Well, hello everyone. Welcome back to Dueling Park News. And if you are new, welcome. My name is Chase and we are here at Islands of Adventure today. Now, it has been some time since the last time I have visited my favorite theme park in Orlando. The last time we were here, there was a lot of refurbishment process going on. So walls were up, scrims were up, scaffolding was up, and this park was basically getting a major facelift. So let's go right back into it and see what's changed. Just right across the water, I can go ahead and spot one major difference. Take a look at Hogwarts Castle. If we zoom in, we see that there is no more scaffolding gracing the top of it. So that most likely means the refurbishment of our castle is finally complete. Now, there is some news surrounding the Lost Continent Mystic Fountain. The word on the street is a team member posted online that their last day voicing the Mystic Fountain was the 15th. So we will make our way over there, but before we head over there, let's check out Port of Entry. The walls around the Cinnabon mulch bed are finally down. We have our signage back right here, pointing to over here. So you can come get your Cinnabons without having to walk around a giant wall now. Starbucks has officially reopened from its refurbishment. That was about probably 2 weeks ago. And then over here, the scaffolding has reached over top of the bridge as this Confisco and Croissant Moon Bakery facade receive their refurbishment. In much happier news for the Confisco's refurbishment, some of the scaffolding around the backwater bar area has been removed. So they are making some progress back here. Especially over here, we can see that the scaffolding has been removed. And if we zoomed in, we can see how they mounted the scaffolding around this area. So it looks like they have some scaffolding on the inside that connects to the outside. So just a neat little feature. Coming through Seuss Landing, there's not much to tell. No walls are up over here. However, the bookstore right here beside the Seuss Trolley train entrance is still closed. No word on what is coming over here yet, if they are just doing a refurbishment or changing the whole store itself. But this is the Dr. Seuss All the Books You Can Read. That has officially moved over here to the other store. All right, we have made it into the Lost Continent. So let's go over here, check on our Poseidon's Fury walls as well as the Sinbad walls. And I don't know, guys, we might see some new walls up over here if the Mystic Fountain's last day was yesterday. Over here at Poseidon's Fury, we have lost so many trees. Also, looks like the water has been officially turned off at the sign. Oh yeah, if you come right here and stand in this little cave grotto area facing Poseidon's Fury and just slightly turn left, look at that. All of the trees that used to block the Sinbad Theater are now gone. So you can see everything back there. Now again, there is no word on what is officially replacing the Lost Continent, but everyone speculates it's going to be Pokemon. Well, let's head towards the back and talk about that rumor. So the word on the street is the team members, even the DreamWorks characters team members over here, their last day of operation was on the 15th. So that being said, everyone assumed that if that was the last day, then maybe walls would have come up around the Mystic Fountain. However, it does not look like that is true. The Mystic Fountain lives to see another day, and it has water running too. So this might be a great sign that the walls will, well, they'll eventually come, but at least not yet. Now, speaking of walls, if we come over here closer to the bathroom, we do see that, again, all the trees over here in the courtyard for Sinbad have been removed as well. So it is just out in the open now. You can really see that facade. It's not hidden at all. Let's circle back to the fountain real quick and check on the progress over here. So the walls do extend over here behind the shrubbery to this arch. Now, these wooden walls have been here forever. They've been here since basically the COVID days when we used this as a Hagrid's extended queue, if not before then as well. But if we come back here, some of the green scrim will see through and we can check on what's going on. Well, they must be watching the videos too, because the green scrim is even higher now. They have officially raised it up about halfway to this broken down column, so I can no longer peek in. So I guess the best way would be to go to take the Hogwarts Express, and I will do that later. Well, I was just about to walk over to Hogsmeade until I stumbled upon all these team members who were gathering around the Mystic Fountain, so maybe this means walls are coming up later this week or next. Well, let's head over into Hogsmeade now and check in on our castle progress. I mean, just this shot alone, I don't see any scaffolding around the spires or the castle. Oh yeah, check it out. Some of the scaffolding is down. There's only a few that remain towards the back where the show building is. Now there is some of the spires that are still gray. Other than that, the castle is pretty much back, baby. Oh, it looks so much better without the scaffolding. It does appear that the entrance into Forbidden Journey that's under the Hogwarts Castle still has that gray base paint color, but I would assume that's coming soon. And there's also the wall up right here, which means they're probably still painting in this area, and I can kind of hear some airbrush going on back there, and I see some drop cords and lights that are staged. Do you hear that? You can kind of hear the airbrushing. Behind the trees, you can see the scaffolding I was referring to. They are still actively painting back here as well. You can see the gray brick painting going on, as well as the scaffolding going down the rockwork. Looks like we do have some contractors that are coming back there now. But, you know, they're making great progress. I'm just glad to see most of the scaffolding down. If you haven't checked out my Universal Studios Hollywood video that I just posted recently, I highly recommend watching that to see the difference between our Hogsmeade and their Hogsmeade. Let's take our shortcut over through the locker area and head into Jurassic Park. Hopefully that's still open. Cool, our shortcut still remains through the extended Forbidden Journey queue. I do not expect this to last much longer once the bridge refurbishment is completed. The Jeep Wrangler is still absent from the Spinosaurus photo op. This could be likely for a refurbishment like the Ford Explorer had. Hopefully it won't last as long as the Ford Explorer because that was gone for well over a year. Over here beside Pizza Predatoria, it looks like we still have construction underway for some sort of team member building back here. Again, this would not be accessible for guests. I would assume this is probably some new facility or break rooms or maybe even a little Pizza Predatoria restaurant for our team members. Speaking of Pizza Predatoria, I always love to see our two raptors fighting over that piece of pizza. I'm glad that this still works right now. A little janky. I can hear some screaming, and I don't mean screaming from Velocicoaster. I hear some metal screaming between the two, but they're working. Let's check in on this Jurassic Park River Adventure refurbishment. Again, this opens in November, so later this year, and I'm hoping it comes back better than ever. Ooh, look at that. It does appear that our thatched roofing is receiving its refurbishment process. The bottom half is completely gone. The middle still remains, but the top of the cone up there, that is starting to be taken apart and get its new thatch. Over top of Jurassic Outfitters, it does look like that thatched roofing is being refurbished as well. So if I had to guess that they are doing it all in one sweep. One sweep to them. So maybe not in one day. Oh look, there goes a guy right now. Oh cool, the food cart is not here. That's usually kind of blocking the way. So we'll go right here, get a closer look of the refurbishment for the River Adventure base and track down here. Well, the good news is the rock scaffolding that was covering this whole area has finally been removed. So I'm hoping that means all the concrete work is done. As far as that, I can't really peek over there. I can kind of see the base of the drop, but that's truly all I can see. Camp Jurassic still looks empty with all the trees gone from the freeze. And if we look up, they are actually cycling Pteranodon Flyers right now. Now, this has been closed for some time for another refurbishment. Has not been said why it was under refurbishment because it literally just opened back up from another one. Actually, you know what? Let's go in and check it out. Coming into Camp Jurassic, you will follow the path and you will cross over the bridge and turn left. That'll take you to Pteranodon Flyers. Now, like I mentioned, it is closed for refurbishment, but let's see if there is a sign out here that says when it will reopen. Nope, no signage, just closed. Door still locked, no one's over here. They're just cycling it. Pteranodon Flyers is such a classic, and I love to see it cycling right now. It's literally cycling right now above my head. And the kids love it too. Heck, even the parents love it. They make their kids ride it because they want to ride it. Now, there is some big news for Thunder Falls Terrace. This will actually be closing here permanently this summer. Now, what that means, I'll tell you. Now we know that the Lost Continent is closing, and in Lost Continent is Mythos, which is a nice dining establishment. Us losing Mythos and Islands of Adventure means we need another beautiful sit-down restaurant. Actually, I really speculated like last year that if we lose Mythos, I could see them trying to make Thunderfalls Terrace another good dining establishment, like sit-down restaurant, because Confisco's and Mythos were pretty much it over here at Islands. So this will be closing down to make way for a new dining experience. Now, what that dining experience will be, they have not said. I heavily assumed, because of the success of Jurassic World and Universal Beijing, that they would bring over Hammond's. Is it Hammond's? Is it just Hammond's? I think it's just Hammond's, but I have a feeling it's going to be more like a steakhouse-oriented Hammond's over here, because, you know, we love steak and beef over here, and we're losing Mythos, so we'll probably see a mixture of that menu and a fine dining American-style menu. Over in Skull Island, we do have our buses running. Little safari tour of the island. Nothing bad ever happens. There goes all the victims, explorers. Hopefully they don't run into King Kong. Hello, Toon Lagoon. Let's head on inside, see what's going on with your refurbishment. The last thing I was checking up on was the Hogsmeade U and the concrete work that was taking place near Popeyes. Now it is a hot enough day to ride Ripsaw Falls in the morning, and it looks like some guests are. Over here in the shade of Hogsmeade U, I felt like we could probably get close, take a look. They've actually included some of the comic book pattern over here. Again, no word on what this refurbishment is, but you know, they do have Popeye and Olive Oil meeting over here sometimes, so I'm wondering if it's going to be a new character meet and greet area to get them out of the sun. Looks like the walls have been pushed back over here at Popeyes, revealing the whole bridge now. I mean, not that the bridge was taken up, but the walls were sticking out to where it was blocking this section of the bridge. You kind of had to walk around it. And it does look like the scrim is still high up, but it does look like the dirt is finally covering the hole, so hopefully the concrete will be back over here soon. How about that? Wimpy's is finally revealed. No scrim is up or blocking the path or anything. Does this mean it's finally open for good? I know they opened it temporarily during some of the busy season, like spring break, but that was still when all the scrim was up around it. So I wonder if this means it's back to being a restaurant again. Popeyes is a 5-minute wait if anybody wants to ride it and, you know, take a bath. Let's head out of Toon Lagoon now, head over towards Marvel Superhero Island, wrap up all of the islands in Islands of Adventure, and we'll say our goodbyes at Port of Entry. I don't think there's much going on at Marvel Superhero Island, but, you know, we always like to check. Maybe even ride Spider-Man. In the comic book store across from the Spider-Man exit, it does seem like the concrete work over here has been redone. Oh look, we also got Red Hulk and Green Hulk gloves. I'm going to take a little brief detour over here where the lagoon is and where Hulk is behind me, and say that I popped into the comic book store because I like to see the rotating Marvel merch, especially with all the MCU movies and everything. Turns out that when buying comic books in that store, you cannot use your discount. So if you're a pass holder, you cannot use your discount there. Just something I didn't know, and now I do. Spider-Man is only a 10-minute wait this morning, so I'm about to hop in line for that as soon as we wrap up this video, because hey, when is Spider-Man going to be a 10-minute wait again? Doctor Doom was a 10-minute wait, but that's nothing new because everyone always seems to not want to ride it. I don't know, I love Doctor Doom. Sure, it's not the most thrilling drop tower, but it's still great. Let's head back here and check on the Hulk and Storm Force. It does seem like a lot of people are getting in line for the Hulk. It currently has a 40-minute wait, and the queue is wrapping around outside, so that means you're pretty much actually waiting that time. Storm Force is only a 5-minute wait if you can brave it. Now, this isn't your normal teacup. It is extreme teacup. And I can ride most roller coasters and drop towers, but this bad boy right here gets me every time. And here comes the Hulk. That is always a classic. Sure, it's a little shaky now, but that was my first, what my dad always called big boy. That was my first big boy coaster when I was growing up. Well, everyone, that's going to wrap up my Islands of Adventure tour here today. As far as refurbishments go, the scaffolding is starting to slowly come down, and basically the repaints are looking good. The castle looks good, Port of Entry looks good. Sadly, our Lost Continent is starting to look really bad, like it's on its literal last leg out of here. I would imagine walls go up around that Mystic Fountain and probably that old gift shop very soon. They'll probably keep open the Coca-Cola area as well as the food stands, but eventually those are going to close down because once Thunderfalls Terrace opens up after its refurbishment, I have a feeling Mythos will go down. But again, that's going to end my day over here at Islands of Adventure. I'm going to hop on over to Studios to check out some Hollywood Drift. And like always, thank you for watching, thank you for following along, and I will see you in the next update video.